This video training series is brought to you by Friday People, the National Lottery Community Fund and Proud Business Productions. Okay, so things are starting to come together now. You've shot your interview, but just having a video of you talking to the camera can be very boring. So that's where we're going to take extra footage called B-roll, which we'll put over the top of the interview, so that if someone is watching your video without the sound on, they'll still get the general idea behind your video. So that's the first thing. You want to think about what visuals you can put on screen, what can you show that helps add to the story, that helps tell your story, because it is a visual medium. There's an old saying of show, don't tell. So literally, you want someone to be able to, at a glance, tell the subject of your video. So just have a think about what sort of things you could shoot to help tell that story. It can be as simple or as complex as you want. Next, you want to get creative with your shots. So one of the main problems that people have is, you know, they get their phone, they see something they want to shoot, they get their phone out of their pocket and they take it at head height. The problem is everyone has that view. Obviously you differ in heights, but everyone looks from the same basic perspective of their eyes. So really you want to show people something that they don't normally see, and I call this moving your feet. So let me show you a few examples. Let's take this flower. This is just from head height, and the flower's not being picked out above anything else in that bush apart from it's white and the rest is green. You don't really know what to focus on. So let's try something else. I'm going to get closer and I'm going to get alongside it. And already this is more visually interesting. You're adding depth to the picture because you can see things blurring off in the background. It's also a lot closer, so now you can see a lot more details on the flower. You can see the little water droplets on the petals themselves. Next, I'm going to move down a little bit so the flower isn't like a hero shot. And you can see instantly we've got a leading line here from this vine coming down into the flower. Also, you've got contrast of the grey and blue sky against the green bushes, which also helps it stand out. Lastly, I'm going to do a front-on shot and I'm going to start further away and move in. So as you go closer, you can see more and more detail. So that was just taking a simple shot of a flower and trying 3 different things like it. What about if we did a similar thing with a car? So this is from a shoot I did a few weeks ago, and these very, very nice cars. And we can start with the bog standard straight in front of a car shot. It's a little bit boring. What about if we move to the side? Now there's depth to it. You can see the length of the car. You can see more details in there. It's just more visually interesting. Then we could try starting off at a low angle and going up into a high shot. Or we could start on the badge of the car and then zooming out so it shows the full car. And then lastly, we could get really close and show some of the intricate details on the car as well. The great thing nowadays about phones and about cameras is, you know, you don't have to worry about film anymore. You don't have to worry about getting something developed and wondering whether it's going to come out or not. You can literally, if you don't like something, delete it. And that makes it so creatively freeing for you to try different angles, come from different approaches. Say it's this mug here, you could go, right, that's a standard shot. What about if I did a shot from the top down, going down as coffee's being poured into it? What if I start off low, so it's a hero shot, and then I reveal what's in the cup? You know, there's so many different ways that you could look at it. So think about your subject, think about what emotions you want to tell and how the camera height affects that. Think and just move around and play around and see what works and see what doesn't. My last tip is to take more footage than you think you need. There's nothing worse than taking some footage thinking, yeah, I've got everything, going back to edit the video and realizing you haven't got enough to fill out the length of the video. So one thing I always do, like what I showed you in the example shots, is you take your one master shot that might be a little bit boring and then try and take 3 other shots at different angles, just so you got a bit of variation that you can cut between as well. You know, we've shot our interview, we've shot our B-roll, now we need to put it all together, and to do that we're going to be using editing.